The ballroom shimmered with gold light and expensive perfume. Every guest dripped with diamonds, the air thick with champagne and false compliments. Rain Okafor stood near the floral arch she designed herself, her sleek black dress hugging curves that caught more than one appreciative glance. Every detail perfect, every guest exactly where they should be, except her heart. It was completely out of place. She whispered to her coworker, it was. Behind her stood Seunghyun, the billionaire host of the event she'd spent weeks perfecting. He was taller than she expected, broad-shouldered, immaculately dressed in a tailored navy suit. His tie loosened just enough to look dangerously effortless. Long black hair fell past his shoulders, framing sharp features and darker eyes that held calm, dangerous amusement. Intricate tattoos peeked from beneath his collar and cuffs, serpentine ink curving around his throat. He leaned in, voice smooth as velvet, low enough for only her to hear. His breath warm against the shell of her ear. Try me. For a second, Rain forgot how to breathe. Heat flushed up her neck, spreading across her chest. His cologne wrapped around her like temptation, making her dizzy. I was joking, she stammered. Seunghyun's lips curved into the faintest smirk, so close she could see the dangerous glint in his eyes. Were you? His gaze held hers, stripping her bare without touching her. Then he straightened, adjusting his cufflink. You did a remarkable job tonight. My company owes you our next event. And with that, he walked away, leaving her pulse pounding and her confidence cracked. Her coworker gaped. Did that billionaire just flirt with you? Rain's lips parted, but no words came. She could still feel the warmth of his breath, the challenge behind his tone, the way her body had responded. She told herself it was nothing. But deep down, she knew she was in trouble. And what he does next will completely change her life. Keep watching because this gets intense. ***. 3 days after the gala, Rain told herself she'd forgotten about Seunghyun. She buried herself in work, but his voice kept echoing. Try me. The memory haunted her dreams, turning them dark and delicious. When her assistant buzzed through, Rain barely looked up. Rain, there's a Mr. Seunghyun here to see you. The pen slipped from her fingers. Before she could recover, the door opened. Seunghyun filled her small office, his dark suit emphasizing broad shoulders, narrow waist. Hair pulled back in a low ponytail revealed the full extent of ink crawling up his neck. Those stormy eyes found hers instantly. Miss Okafor, he greeted, his tone intimate like a secret whispered in the dark. I hope I'm not interrupting. Rain forced a smile, crossing her legs beneath her desk. Billionaires don't usually make house calls. The question came out breathier than intended. He smiled, setting a folder on her desk, his fingers brushing hers. The contact sent electricity racing up her arm. My company is hosting an exclusive investors retreat in Jeju Island next month. I want you to plan it. Jeju Island. Every planner's dream. I'm honored, she said carefully. But I assume your company has preferred vendors. I don't trust anyone else. His gaze dropped to her mouth for a heartbeat. You have an eye for detail. And he paused. You speak your mind. I like that. I like watching those lips move when you're telling me exactly what you think. Rain crossed her arms, trying to hide her body's response. And what's the catch? No catch. He leaned forward, close enough that she saw muscle flex beneath his shirt. Except you'd be working closely with me. Every day. Every night if needed. Until we leave. The air tightened. Rain swallowed hard, her pulse quickening. I'll have to check my schedule. Do that, he said, standing. But don't take too long. Jeju waits for no one. Neither do I. As he turned to leave, he glanced back. Oh, and Rain. She looked up, breath caught. Next time you say rich men don't know how to please a woman. His eyes glinted, raking down her body slowly. Save that line for Jeju. I might just prove you wrong. In every way you can imagine. The door closed, and Rain sank into her chair, heart racing, mind spinning. She was about to fall into a game she couldn't control. And part of her didn't want to. If you're already hooked, hit that like button right now. By the time Rain arrived at Seunghyun's Gangnam headquarters, she'd built a wall of professionalism. Tight blazer, clipped tone, hair pulled back sleek. It lasted 5 minutes. He was already in the conference room, his hair loose today, falling like black silk. He wore a simple white shirt, sleeves rolled, revealing tattoos that wrapped around his forearms. "Miss Okafor," he said smoothly. "You're early. I like that. Someone has to keep this empire running on time." Seunghyun's lips curved. "You're assuming it's not already." Their eyes locked. The room felt too hot. The meeting began, but it was impossible to ignore him. The deep rumble of his voice vibrating through her chest, the way he leaned forward whenever she spoke. Every time their hands brushed, a quiet spark pulsed. Hot, undeniable, dangerous. Halfway through, he stopped mid-sentence. "You bite your lip when you're focused," he murmured. Rain froze. "Excuse me." He leaned back, eyes burning. "Observation, not complaint. Though I'd prefer to be the one biting it." Her pulse thudded. "You really shouldn't say things like that, Mr. Seunghyun." He tilted his head. "Then stop making them so impossible to ignore. Stop looking at me like you're wondering what I taste like." The silence was electric. When the meeting ended, Seunghyun stood, walking until he stood beside her. Close enough, she felt heat radiating from him. "You're brilliant, Rain. But you don't have to fight me so hard." "I'm not fighting. I'm working." "Is that what you call it?" "Because your body is telling me something different. The way you clench your thighs when I get close. The way your breath catches." Her face burned. "Jeju is less than 2 weeks away. I expect you at dinner tonight." "Strictly business," he said, though his eyes lingered on her neck, the curve of her breasts. As he walked out, Rain exhaled. This wasn't just business. It was dangerous. The tension between them is about to explode. "Don't click away now, asterisk asterisk." The night sky stretched beyond the jet windows. Rain sat rigid, clutching her tablet. Seunghyun looked unfairly composed, dark slacks hugging his thighs, open collar revealing tattoo edges. Even at 30,000 feet, he exuded control. Dominance. "Are you always this tense on planes?" he asked. "I'm not tense, just focused." "Focused? You've read the same page for 10 minutes. And you keep crossing and uncrossing your legs." Before she could reply, the plane jolted. Her tablet slipped. Without thinking, Seunghyun pulled her toward him. She was pressed against his chest. Solid warmth. Hard muscle. The turbulence rattled and his arm tightened, his other hand splaying across her lower back. "You're okay," he murmured near her ear. "I've got you." She felt his breath, hot and deliberate. His hair fell forward, brushing her shoulder. His thumb stroked her back in slow circles. "You can let go now," she whispered, though she didn't move. "Can I?" His lips were so close to her throat. When the plane steadied, he released her slowly, his fingers brushing her wrist where her pulse hammered. "You don't like giving up control, do you?" "I don't like being someone's weakness." He studied her, tucking hair behind his ear. "Maybe strength isn't about control, Rain. Maybe it's about who you trust enough to lose it with. Who you trust enough to let take you apart." Her breath hitched. No man had ever spoken like that. With depth. With promise. She turned to the window, heart racing, but she could still feel him watching, feel the ghost of his hands. "Wait until you see what happens next, because everything is about to change. Stay with me, asterisk asterisk." Jeju Island shimmered beneath golden light. From her balcony, Rain stared at volcanic landscape and endless sea. Behind her, a knock sounded. Seunghyun stood in the doorway. No suit jacket. Just a white shirt unbuttoned at the collar, revealing ink. Hair loose, falling past his shoulders. "You skipped dinner," he said softly. "I wasn't hungry." "A lie." He stepped closer. "Then why does your voice shake like you're starving?" His eyes dropped to her mouth, then lower, lingering on the rapid rise and fall of her chest. "You shouldn't say things like that." "Maybe I am. Maybe I'm doing more than flirting. Maybe I'm imagining what you look like when you come." Silence filled the space. Thick, charged. "Come with me," he said suddenly, extending his hand. "No business. Just Jeju. Just us." Against every rule, Rain took his hand. His fingers closed around hers, pulling her close for a second, close enough she felt hard planes against her softness. He led her through narrow streets to a small traditional restaurant. They shared soju and laughter, talking about dreams and secrets. But underneath was a current, dark and thrilling. I used to think money could fix everything, Seunghyun said, eyes tracing her lips, her throat. But it can't buy peace or connection or the way you look at me right now. Like you want to devour me as much as I want to devour you. I'm not looking at you in any way. Then maybe I'm the one imagining what your skin tastes like. What sounds you make when someone touches you the way you need. The walk back was torture, their hands brushing. Each touch traveled straight to her core. At her door, Rain turned, chest tight, body aching. Good night, Seunghyun. He leaned in, lips almost touching her ear. You make good night sound like a promise. Like an invitation. For a moment, she thought he'd kiss her. Instead, his thumb traced her bottom lip slowly, pulling it down. She gasped, and his pupils dilated. He simply looked at her, his thumb still on her lip. Then he walked away. That restraint felt more dangerous than any touch. The next evening, Jeju hummed outside. Inside her suite, her thoughts were louder. Every moment replayed. She'd showered, but it only made it worse. Now she stood in just a silk robe, skin damp, curls loose and wild. She was pouring wine when a knock came. Seunghyun stood there, eyes darker than night, wild and hungry. Hair tied back loosely. He looked at her, taking in the robe, her bare legs, wet hair. His jaw clenched. You've been avoiding me. I've been working, she replied, clutching the robe closed. He stepped inside, closing the door, never taking his eyes off her. That's not what I asked. You're my client. This complicates things. He moved closer, slow, predatory, stopping just short of touching her. She felt heat radiating. Everything about you complicates me. I shouldn't feel them, he said, voice raw. But I do. I feel everything. I feel how much I want you. How much I need to touch you. How much I'm dying to know if you're as soft as you look. For a moment, she saw through the armor. Powerful billionaire stripped to something human, desperate. Since that night at the gala, I can't stop thinking about you. The way you make me feel like I'm not just money and headlines. The way I imagine you beneath me, saying my name. You don't even know me. Then tell me who you are. I want to know every reason you look away when I get too close. Every fantasy you've had about me. Because I know you have them. I can see it in your eyes. Tears pricked her eyes. I'm not someone people choose. I'm the one they forget. He reached out, brushing a tear away, then brought his thumb to his lips, tasting it. His eyes closed. Then let me be the one who remembers. Let me be the one who makes you forget everyone before me. The air crackled. Her robe had loosened, revealing more skin. His eyes dropped, darkening. Rain didn't step back. Instead, she leaned forward, just an inch. This is the moment everything shifts. Drop a comment if you're feeling this. His control snapped. His hand slid into her hair, tilting her head back, mouth crashing against hers. Not gentle. Hungry, claiming, desperate. She gasped and he took advantage, tongue sliding against hers, tasting, devouring. Her hands fisted in his shirt, pulling him closer. He walked her backward until her back hit the wall, his body pressing against hers, letting her feel exactly what she did to him. His other hand slid down her side, over silk, gripping her hip, her thigh, lifting her leg around his waist. She moaned and he groaned in response, the sound vibrating through her. His lips left hers to trail down her jaw, her neck, finding that spot that made her gasp, sucking, biting gently, marking her. Seunghyun, she breathed, hands tangling in his hair. Say it again, he demanded against her skin, hand sliding higher on her thigh, discovering she wore nothing beneath. He pulled back to look at her, eyes black with desire. Say my name again. Seunghyun, she whispered, and he captured her mouth again, this kiss slower but deeper, memorizing the taste of her. When he pulled away, they were both breathing hard, her lips swollen, his hair disheveled. He rested his forehead against hers, thumb stroking her cheek. I should go, he said, though he made no move. I should make you, she replied, legs still wrapped around him. He smiled against her lips, pressing one more soft kiss. Tomorrow. Tomorrow I won't stop. But tonight, I want you to think about this. About me. About what's going to happen when I finally have you. And then, with restraint that seemed impossible, he unwrapped her leg, stepped back, walked to the door. He paused, looking back at her against the wall. Sweet dreams, Rain. I know I won't be having any. Morning sunlight poured through. Seungyun was gone, leaving only his scent on her pillow, the memory of his mouth, and a note. You make Jeju feel real. Tonight, I'm going to make you feel everything. Don't disappear. Her body flushed remembering. But by noon, her phone wouldn't stop buzzing. She opened one and froze. A photo. Seungyun and her. His hand in her hair, her leg wrapped around him, pressed against a wall. The headline screamed. Korean billionaire Seungyun's new flame. Event planner scandal. Her stomach dropped. Cancelled contracts filled her email. Whispered judgments. To them, she was sleeping her way up. When Seungyun found her in the lobby, cameras flashed outside. He strode in, confident, protective, dangerous. Hair pulled back, jaw tight. Come with me. In his penthouse, she turned on him. You don't understand. My reputation is all I have. They can think whatever they want. I'll make a statement. I'll tell them you're with me. That you're mine. Rain shook her head, curls bouncing. That only proves them right. You can buy silence, but I can't buy my name back. The words cut through him. Finally, Rain whispered, I need space, please. He hesitated, nodded once. If that's what you want. When he left, Rain sank to the floor, clutching her phone as flashes lit the streets. For the first time, the silence felt empty. Though she'd walked away to save her name, her heart stayed where he'd left it, along with her body's memory of his touch. If this broke your heart, keep watching because the story isn't over. 2 weeks since Jeju, since Seungyun, since that kiss that haunted her dreams and made her wake aching. Rain buried herself in work. Her name had slipped from tabloids, but not whispers. Every time her phone lit, her heart jumped, her body responded. It never was him. She told herself she was fine. But every night, she replayed his voice. You don't have to fight me so hard. And other things. The way he'd groaned when she pulled his hair. How his hands had felt. Until one evening, a knock came. When she opened it, he was there, eyes tired but burning. Hair loose, falling in dark waves. Almost vulnerable. But something else in his eyes. Determination. Hunger. Seungyun, she whispered, breath catching, body remembering. Rain. You look exhausted. That's what happens when you're rebuilding your life. He nodded. I tried to fix it. Called in favors. I didn't want your money or power. I just wanted my peace. And what about me? What about what we started? You don't get to ask that. You'll move on. Do you really think that's what I want? You think I've slept since Jeju? You think I haven't thought about that night every fucking second? She blinked, caught off guard by the rawness. He ran a hand through his hair. I've built empires, Rain, but you're the only thing I can't control. The only thing that makes everything meaningless. You're the only thing I dream about. The only thing I want. Her heart pounded, defenses crumbling, body leaning toward him. Why are you here? Because I can't lose you. You taught me what love feels like. What wanting feels like. What needing someone so badly it hurts feels like. Don't punish me for learning too late. Tears burned. I need time. Then I'll wait. I'll wait forever if that's what you need. But know this. He stepped closer, chest against her back, lips near her ear. You're mine, Rain. You've been mine since that night. And I'm yours. Completely. Then he left, and the air felt colder. What he sacrificed for her will bring you to tears. Keep watching. ***. Days passed. Rain threw herself into work, but she couldn't ignore the ache between her legs no matter how many cold showers. Until she saw headlines. Seungyun's company under fire. CEO refuses multi-billion-won deal over scandal. Chooses love over money. Seungyun had been negotiating a merger with a Chinese firm that publicly mocked her. The same firm that ruined her reputation. And he'd walked away. For her. Her phone rang. Miho, Seunghyun's best friend. Rain, he did it for you. They wanted him to denounce you publicly. He told them to go to hell. Said you were the best thing that ever happened to him. He wanted to. Said he'd rather lose money than lose you. That you were worth more than everyone in his account. That night, Rain couldn't think. Every reason to stay away crumbled. By morning, she was outside his building, heart racing, body humming. When Seunghyun stepped out, he looked surprised, hair tied messily, sleeves rolled. Exhausted but beautiful. Rain, why would you do that? You lost billions because of me. It's just money. You're the only thing I couldn't replace. The only thing I need. You didn't have to prove anything. Yes, I did. You thought I wanted to protect your image. I didn't. I wanted to protect your heart. I wanted to prove I choose you. Always. And what if I'm still scared? Then I'll keep showing you until you're not. Silence filled the space. Then Rain took one step forward, closing the distance. I don't need the world to believe in us. I just need you to mean it. His hand found hers, fingers threading. I've never meant anything more. And I've never wanted anything more than I want you right now. Her breath hitched at the double meaning. If you believe in this kind of love, show it by liking this video. Rain drizzled over Seoul, painting Seunghyun's penthouse silver. Rain stood by the window. The chaos had quieted. Just her, the man who'd changed everything, and silence that felt like peace. But underneath was something else. Anticipation. Seunghyun stepped in, footsteps slow. He wasn't in a suit. Just a dark sweater clinging to his frame, sleeves pushed up, hair loose, eyes softer. But darker. Hungrier. You didn't have to come back. I didn't plan to. But you left me no choice. You kept showing up. You sacrificed everything. I wasn't showing up for forgiveness. I was showing up for you. Because you're mine. She walked closer. When I said rich men don't know how to please a woman, I wasn't just talking about the bedroom. I meant they don't listen. They don't see us. But you saw me when I didn't even see myself. You made me feel things I didn't think I could feel. And you taught me that love isn't control, it's surrender. I don't want to own you, Rain. I want to earn you every day. I want to worship you. His hand cupped her face. Then, with reverent motion, he reached into his pocket, pulling out a small velvet box. Two's catching light. Then promise me one thing. What? Never stop laughing like you did that night. The one that changed everything. And never stop being mine. She laughed through tears, stepping into his arms. Careful what you wish for, Mr. Seunghyun. And when he kissed her, it wasn't gentle. It was deep, claiming, full of promise. His hands slid down, gripping her, lifting her. Her legs wrapped around his waist as he carried her toward the bedroom. Tonight, he murmured against her lips, I'm going to show you exactly how well I can please a woman. And as he laid her on his bed, his body covering hers, hands already working at her clothes, Rain realized every moment of pain had been worth it. Because this man didn't just love her. He worshipped her. If this story touched your soul and made you believe in real love again, I need you to do 3 things right now. First, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you never miss another emotional journey like this. Second, drop a comment below and tell me which moment had you holding your breath. Was it the turbulent scene? The first kiss against the wall? Or that final promise? I read every single comment and your words inspire these stories. And third, smash that like button to support this channel and help us reach more people who need to hear stories about real, passionate, unshakable love. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this journey with me. I'll see you in the next story, and trust me, it's going to be just as unforgettable.